Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my beautiful rideshare revolutionaries. It's me, Gio, the leader of the rideshare revolution, the rideshare rockstar, and the captain of the 2K club, and the man, the myth, and the machine. And very excited to make this video for you today because one of the best only got better. Last week was an absolutely legendary week to be driving, and it wasn't even like it wasn't spectacular for any real reason. It was just a great week to be behind the wheel of a car, a great week to make money, and you know, I saw the opportunity last week to really get after it, and last week was the most I ever drove on app. Probably did about 82 hours on app, and the most I've ever made, and probably the most I'll ever make. And I know I've gotten shit for this in the past for dragging a video on longer than I should have, so we're gonna hop to the earnings immediately and then talk about how it was possible after. So let's just go into that. Last week, let's kick my pee bottle out of the way. It's surging, so let's get this one out. Let's knock this video out quick, shall we? Right? Alrighty. So that was last week. That was Uber, $2,477 for, even if you want to round up to 70 hours, go the fuck ahead, I don't care. So that was Uber. Lyft, $254.94. It says 16 hours. Yeah. What's up, Rick? And yeah, and not, like I said, not all of that was some of those hours obviously were overlapped. So yeah, it was about 84 hours total for both apps. $254.94. So let's go to my calculator. Boom! $2,752.37 in 1 week. That is ridiculous. And you know why that's ridiculous? Every single one of these rides, 184 rides on Uber, right? UberX. No XL, no Select, none of that stuff. All the rides I did on Lyft, minus one, were regular Lyft. I had one Lyft Lux ride, total paid like $12 with a tip. And here's the other killer. Here's the other part that made this easily the best week I've ever driven. Let's go to my gallery. That was my mileage ending yesterday. And go ahead if you want and line that up with my video from last week where I showed the mileage. And keep, you know, you guys, if you want to hold my feet to the fire, please do, and let me know if the odometer lines up with what that said. So I made $2,752 for only 1,600 miles, or 1,642 miles driven. So I was positive $1,100 on the amount of miles I drove, right? That shows not only did I make great money, but I didn't have to sacrifice driving the fuck out of the car like, you know, like many of you claim I do. Because that's one thing I think I really can help out drivers with now is, and while I can't really give advice for, you know, for drivers outside of my market, I do think driving efficiently, it's going to be such a huge help. Like if you're, you know, wouldn't you rather make $200 for 120 miles and not 220 miles? Yeah. And honestly, I think one of the biggest contributors to last week was, obviously, it was a very busy week. It was surging like crazy. Honestly, the day that had the least surge was Saturday. Honestly, from what I'm recalling, Sunday there was really good surges. Yeah, Saturday, it was just a very hot week in Chicago. And this week is looking good too, but I also, like, I really went after it because I know I'm taking off this Saturday to get my drink on. And I mean, everything about last week, what makes it the best week I've ever had. As you guys can see there, almost $109 in tips. That's the most I've ever made total. That's more than the most I've ever made. 140 of that was from one person, as you guys saw. But total, I think my tip money was $240 for last week. So best week I've ever had for tips. Best week I've ever had for promo. Just everything. I mean, best hourly average, right? Let's do 24.77 divided by 70. 24.77 divided by 70. 35.38. That might be my best week ever for average, right? So let's do, how many trips did I do last week? 84? 184? Oh, wrong. Divided by 184. And not my best per trip average, but for 100, to maintain that per trip average over 184 rides, that's a lot, guys. That's not bad. And like I said, these are all economy rides. Every single one of them, Uber X, Uber Pool. And like I said, one of the cool things about this gig is, at least here in Chicago, maybe some of the major markets, you do stand to make more money the better you get at it, honestly. The more you kind of gain experience and the more you get a feel for your market, you can make more money. And I will say, I know a lot of you guys are going to say this sounds like shilling, but the estimated trip duration on Uber really did help me minimize dead miles and maximize earnings. So when it comes to that, this is my best week ever. And I think the trip duration, having that really did like swing things. And I have to say, my best week ever was with the flat surge. So all of the Uber haters out there who think you can't make money with the flat surge, like I said, you guys are just hateful people. You're all just hateful, bitter people that don't know how to drive. Because everyone always said, I'm not going to make 2K. Okay, you're not going to make 2K with the flat surge. Only took me a week. You're not going to make 2K with the new rates. Only took me like 2 weeks. I think a lot of the driving community that is that negative and bitter and hateful, you guys just have to get out there and do things for yourself. You need to stop being so outwardly hateful and angry. And you got to take responsibility, guys. In a lot of these markets, not around the country, but a lot of markets around the country, the money's there. You just got to get after it, honestly. You got to learn the patterns. You got to know your market really well. And then you're not going to make $2,700 in 80 hours like I did. But you might surprise yourself. If you put more energy into driving and less into being angry at me, angry at the people that actually make money doing this, you might see a positive outcome. That's just my little word of advice. But also is crazy about last week. So, I was doing the math in my head. A lot of you guys are gonna hate this comment too, but I made $27.50 last week, right? In 80 hours, I made more in 1 week than I would have made in an entire month at my previous job. That was what I made in 1 week was more than 4 paychecks, which would have taken me 200 hours. And I'm not going to do this every single week. Because it's not possible. But, I think this is just a testament to like what a motivated person can do when it's the right circumstances. You know, I saw the opportunity and I went for it. And not a dollar of this was referral money. This is all driving. This is all me. Another crazy thing too is like $2,700. That would have taken me 3 months at my UPS job when I was 20 years old. Or 2.5 or something. I mean, I guess it's all relative, but like it's crazy the amount of money I made last week, you know, and it was mostly a good experience other than that idiot bumping me at the lot yesterday and me losing my mind. But it's, you know, it was cool. It was good to smash my previous record, and now I know, like, if demand is ever that high again, I know I can do it if I had to. You know, that's an extreme number. I personally, I'm thrilled to get 1750, and I bested my happy number by $1,000. I bested my personal best record by $500. And now here comes the 3K question. Guys, okay, I could have potentially made 3K last week if I would have driven like 14 hours a day. But that is an unsafe amount of driving, and I would just be inviting deactivation because that's more hours than I can legally drive. So it's just not, I can't, what's the point of making that money if I can't tell you guys that I did? In my opinion, like, in the internet age, you know, talk is cheap. Well, talk has always been cheap, but now with the internet age, talk is, it's worthless. You got to be able to show, right? So while 3K is a great bar to hit, I mean, I've only seen 2 people say they've done it driving on the app. I can't do it legally. I can't do it. Illegally I can, but I'm not going to. So, and that's all I got for this one, guys. Best week ever. Best week ever. And, you know, I'm the fucking, I think I'm the king of Chicago, man. This is, I don't know. It's very hard. It's very hard for any driver to hit that amount. I think if anyone's got me beat, let me know. On app. None of this, oh, cash rides. Yeah, no. It's bullshit. You got to be able to prove it. Yeah. Gonna reign supreme for a little while on this one, I bet. And that's all I got, guys. I want to thank y'all for watching. Everyone, please stay safe, stay driven, stay classy. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.